Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Um, I know I didn't post that I was gonna do a live. So just want to talk tonight. Nothing too heavy, nothing major. I just kind of want to keep it light. Although I've had a very interesting day today. Very interesting day. Um, I woke up to my car being broken into, radio being taken out, all of that. But it's been a very interesting day. But I've managed to stay at peace, stay in peace, stay encouraged, and stay up. Because oftentimes we can find ourselves in situations or things happening that we wish wouldn't have happened. But we all experience certain things for certain reasons. In the midst of all the craziness, I still am in a positive mood. Thanks to my friends that have, encouraged me and kept me motivated. Even in today's time, today I spent some time in meditation, kind of just, I needed to clear my head, needed to focus and kind of hear from God. Um, and I want to even say thank you to my cousin Odume Ali, and she knows exactly who she is. She's walking in that. She's been a constant help and motivating me, letting the Spirit use her in such a way. Man, in such a way. I couldn't even put words to describe it. But through her, the Spirit reminded me of who I am, again, why I'm here, and most importantly, my purpose in being here. And so, just want to talk tonight, give you guys a few updates on some things. One, I am still working on my book, trying to get it done by my birthday, but I'm also planning a night of spiritual awakening, or like the unity in spirituality. Meaning, I want to bring groups of people from all walks of life, all cultural backgrounds, all religious differences, in one place where people can be open, where we can all be open and transparent, and most importantly, learning from each other, understanding each other, and living accordingly. I believe everyone will walk away with something new, with some insight on this life that we're living, on this walk of spirituality, on this walk of survival, of the system that we're living in that has caused so much division amongst us as black people, amongst us as beings, amongst us as on major scales. Such a level of division and terrible energy that we're creating or living amongst. So just wanted to check in with you guys, say hi, say hello. Also, I've made the decision that I want to make this fun, so you guys can truly see how one the cards work, how the spirit works, and how you don't need to just test the spirit when something bad is going on, but you can apply the spirit or aspects of the spirit on a daily basis. So to kind of make it interesting for you guys and to kind of let you guys into my world a little bit, I'm going to start doing live card readings on Facebook. So you guys can send me messages regarding certain situations that you're willing to share. It can be celebrities, you can, or all kind of things. You can open this thing up on such a way that you can have fun with it, but also gain insight. So, for example, we can talk about energies that we're feeling. Like if you can let me know like you're feeling this kind of energy in the air, or you feel like this common situation is happening to multiple people, you can send me like what's the energy, like what is the spirit saying regarding this matter, whatever you want it to be. Some people find I've seen readings done where people have done it on like celebrity readings. People send like a message saying, "Can we do a reading on uh, you know Ti or any celebrity?" And you can just kind of tap into that. I'll do my homework and learning more about them, and so I can understand what I'm dealing with. But like, you can really have fun with this. Tonight I'm going to do a reading, and I'm going to do a reading every night for sure. Uh, on like the scope of the day. The overview of the day, so you guys can at least have something to be praying about and meditating on and kind of focusing in on, because every day God is speaking, every day the Spirit is speaking to us. But we can go through the day missing and not listening to the message in which is being given to us. So, just to kind of bring that into perspective, I would love to do scope of the day readings, or spiritual alerts, kind of a situation, and that will coincide in readings that you guys submit to me, fun requests you guys submit to me. But I want you guys to really be encouraged, because I have noticed there is a very interesting energy in the air, a heavy attack energy, and it's really coming for people that is doing a lot of good. If you're one of those individuals that you're helping everybody, you're really putting your heart and your mind and really doing what you do on a daily basis, and you're getting good result. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably facing attacks or situations that you're trying to figure out, like, how is this happening and why is it happening. I want you guys to really know and be encouraged that it is getting better, and if it's meant, it's going to be better. It's going to be great. And oftentimes God speaks to us in very peculiar ways, in manners in which we don't always understand, or what may naturally appear to be a negative situation. God is yet speaking to us. That's when it's going to require for your spiritual senses to kick in, that third eye, that enlightenment, that wisdom, to kick in, to understand what God is truly trying to tell you. For example, even in my own situation today, when my car got broken into, and having a really bombed start to my day, like terrible start to my day, I could have been spending the whole day moping, upset, pissed, really fussing. And I did have a moment in which I did, fuss and not have a good start to my day. But as the day went on, and I started to really pull myself together, went to the car, got my drum out the car, started tuning up my drum and started playing my drum. And next thing you know, I look up, the sun started coming out. And then I did readings for myself. And time again, I kept getting the triumph card. Meaning that I need to be thanking God that because the door is closing and another one is opening, that something great is getting ready to happen, that no matter what the situation is looking like for me right now, in the natural, I need to understand that in the spirit, God is guiding me through something even greater. And yet again, that card kept popping out 3 times. Then I got the move, and pray and understanding. So knowing that all of these things are working for my good, and I'll even show you guys the cards, because I took photos of them, because I was in amazement at the results. But to know that the Spirit is always speaking, and that when you allow yourself to receive the real message, receive what God is trying to give you, versus being upset, being pissed, generating these low vibrational energies that will end up creating a block from you walking into what's getting ready to happen for you. So I spent the day in peace, took a spiritual bath, and I just started telling God, thank you. I spent the entire day in prayer and meditation, very quiet today. But I was so at peace. So at peace. No stress. I had to get myself together really quickly, because my car's a part of me. I like to move around. I can't be sitting still, and I like to see things. I like to be with the people. So that can really, bum you out. But I'm going to go ahead and do a card reading. I don't need to do a long video today, just kind of like a really light video. Also, I'm going to break some things down to you guys, because a lot of you guys see my setup, my altar, my crystals and things, and I kind of don't go into what they mean. And I've realized that some of my posts, my jewelry, my attire can come off as shocking, or like, what is going on? I've been called a witch. I've been called a voodoo priest, and a bunch of other things. Not saying some of it ain't or may not. I believe in certain things, but I need to educate you guys at least what this is, so you guys can at least research. Because a lot of times we fear things. We fear what we don't know, or we shut out what we don't know, because we've been programmed to think and believe that something is so wrong. But yet, if I were to ask you, have you done any reading or research or anything that you're talking against? 99.9% of the chance I'm going to get the same response out of the same demographic: no. And so I will have to leave you with the question is, why don't you research something you don't know? Because there's a level of knowledge. There's knowledge out there on information. And if you don't know something, why fear it when you can just discover what it is? But my foundation is African spirituality. My day-to-day job is to heal and impact the minds and the spirits of God's people in positive ways. Nothing I do or believe will ever bring harm to anybody. My sole job is to bring light, love, and wisdom. And that's all I do. That's all I do. I do pray and understand the God and understand the Spirit in a whole nother way. And when you work with me, you will too. I've seen such great result. I've seen fire starters, meaning people that are really making change and making a difference. My job and responsibility is make change and make a difference with my people, with all people, universal people. There is no division and separation in my mind and in my heart. Now, there are certain things I will not stand for and agree with me. And there are going to be a lot of things that I support strongly in. But in my mind and in my heart, there is no separation and division. There are spirits in which we're battling. And there is when you have to know how to identify what you're working with and what you're dealing with. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards again. I'll show you guys my Angel and Saints cards. I'll let you guys see what they look like. For example, this says blessings of abundance. Everything is spiritual. Everything is Bible-based. These are oracle cards. If you go on my Facebook, you'll see what oracles are. Oracles were some of the most highly respected beings in the foundation of the Bible. The oracles spoke to the people before God came, and even after the arrival of Christ. Oracles were still very well kept and sacred in the church, in the temple, in the community. They were the prophets before the prophets. They understood the Spirit by the Spirit. They were spiritual beings that transcended through time and space. If it was not for oracles, a lot of the prophecies or a lot of the written word would not have come to pass, or even the understanding, because just if you see a lot of these movies, Christian movies, or even movies about spirituality, or if you see like kings and they have these wise men, they're oracles. They understand certain things. But we're gonna go to the Angel and Saints cards. And this reading is what I call the scope of the day, where things you need to be aware of, spiritual alerts, understanding the theme of the day, things you might need to highlight, however that flows through the Spirit. I'm going to do a 3-card spread. And I don't turn the cards over until I don't turn the cards over until I do the complete spread. I don't want a thought to start flowing that could hinder. Hold up a second. That could hinder the next. Okay. Again, when I did a reading the other day, this card came up again when I did a public reading. Again, this You Found It card. A lot of you guys have been asking God what it is, what you need to do, what's the next step. And it's like He's shown you the answer. You've dreamed about it. You felt strongly connected to a certain feeling and answer and solution to your certain present problem or issue, or you're just a question. You've got the answer. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop guessing the Spirit, but yet begin to work on your craft. Begin to manifest your craft. Begin to dig deeper in yourself. Continue to hone in on that gift and trust yourself. Trust God. Trust what He's given you to do. Next one is practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Back to the first card. If some of you guys have a particular craft, whether it's singing, music, writing, dancing, teaching, whatever your craft, gift, purpose is, your platform, and you know that's where God has placed you, and you feel like you're self-doubting, keep working on your gift. Ask God to reveal to you what it is that you are weak in any area of your life. Where is it that you're weak in, so that you can begin to perfect those parts of you, parts of your nature, parts of your behavior, parts of your characteristic. Because we are evolving beings, and the time is evolving. So that even means the way that we're thinking needs to evolve. Practice makes perfect. I also am hearing in the Spirit, study to show thyself approved. So some of you guys need to be doing more studying, spending more time with the Spirit, meditating, praying. and get better at it. Get better at whatever you're doing and stop doubting yourself. Stress management. Are you guys really feeling that you are really stressing out about some things? Stop stressing, you guys. Stop doubting. Stressing also comes from doubt and being out of place. I was telling someone earlier today, we oftentimes find ourselves stressing because we are living and operating with no purpose. A lot of times stress comes because we feel like we're out of place. And I oftentimes pose the question to you guys, what would it feel like? What would it be like? What would your life look like if everybody and everything was in place? You would not have to stress because you'll know why you are existing and you will make decisions and live accordingly. So let's trust ourselves, trust God, release things, release individuals, release experiences, release certain obligations that really are holding you back and keeping you stressed. You need to just let that go. I'm going to do another one here. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Well, I got activists. We are in a time of activism. We're facing a period in our politics where, in our government, in the U.S., where a lot of people need to kind of step up. Not kind of, but really need to step up and play their role. Be active. Make a difference in any which way you can make a difference. Wherever God has given you room to make a difference, take that step, take that journey, take that conscious decision to make a change in any way in which you can make a change. We can't afford to be lazy anymore, you guys. We cannot afford to just see things happen that are not bettering our people, not bettering our community, not bettering our lives. So let's be active. Let's just do it. Be brave came up. Be brave. Again, that, like I said it from the first set, you cannot question. You cannot pray and worry. You cannot pray and doubt. You cannot trust and doubt. They're two different natures or two different energies. They're even two different mindsets. So you need to place yourself in a present moment in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit to be brave, to trust God, to understand that wherever God is getting ready to take you, because this death card has been coming up, this safe travel card has been coming up, these signs have been coming up that we are getting ready to make a transition. And God is getting ready to close that door. And so before he can close that door, we need to be in place and ready for that door to be closed. That means we need to walk in faith. We need to live, breathe, and sleep faith, confidence, and moving forward, being active and making this thing happen so that you are ready for when the next door opens. You cannot be fearful because we have operated and lived in fear for so long. And how about the stress management card came right back at us? Stress management. I'm guessing a lot of people are stressing. I'm feeling a lot of stress on people. I've been feeling even, I had to remove myself from a place that was causing me stress. I no longer work at the research company that had me stressed out of my mind. So stress is high in the air. And again, the only way to overcome stress is to be in place. And we cannot be in place. We can't find our place if we do not put the work in to discover why we're here, what we're here for, and how can we make a difference in our life so that we are in place. Again, a lot of times people are stressing because they're not fulfilling their dreams. They're not fulfilling their passion. They're just going through life, going through the motions, just doing enough just to get by. And I'm letting you know, I'm serving you notice that you just can't just do enough to get by. You have to do it and make it happen and be successful at it, because the getting by, those who are just getting by won't make it, because that is the time in which we have moved in. And I'm going to do the last card, the last set. So what I keep hearing is that you guys need to be praying and asking God, what is the next step? You guys need to spend some time identifying your purpose, identifying why you are here, and discover what makes you happy. you have to really identify what makes you happy as well, because your purpose and your happiness are good. They coincide. They're like the yin and the yang. They are your balance. That's what creates the vision for you to go through life. And that alleviates the stress. That alleviates the imbalance, because now you're going to make decisions accordingly. You're going to live accordingly to ensure that that vision, that purpose, that happiness, that joy is going to be continuous. That's where the infinite comes in. Joy everlasting. We're going to do the last one. And I'm probably going to do some meditation. A lot of time I hear the question like, how do you meditate? Meditation is fairly simple, but in the beginning it can be hard, because it is a mechanism to clear your mind. And when you're so used to your mind just going all the time, it doesn't slow down until you make it slow down. So meditation, when I started meditation, now I can do it for a very long time. In the beginning, before I started going to the water, when I was doing meditation at home, I would listen to really good music. Erykah Badu, India Ari, shaman music, Native American shamanism, Hinduism, meditational music that you would typically hear in yoga. And I would just tell my mind to be free, to be clear. And I would start doing deep breathing, controlling my breath, feeling that air go through my entire body. And then also praying, start speaking to God. Start speaking to God and start visualizing what it is you want to come to pass. And the more you start meditating, you'll start to find what works for you. But those are the simple, essential basics of meditation. Some people do it for hours. I can do meditation for a nice little minute. If it's a really good day, I can do meditation for about 2 to 3 hours. And that's clearing my mind. That's working on projection and visual, clearly seeing visions and things of that nature. All right. You guys have definitely seen these cards on my line for public reading. Move. Again, I mentioned transition earlier in the reading. I mentioned transitions taking place. We are in a transitional period. Being brave, having faith. A lot of you guys are afraid of making the next move. The reason you're afraid of making the next move is because you have not taken a moment to retreat. Retreat meaning finding wisdom, receiving wisdom. That's that aisle. This is a shadow. This is the glow of the Holy Spirit. Receiving wisdom from God so that you can make the next move. Think of it like chess. This is a chess game. And before you just move that piece, you have to logically think about that thing. You have to kind of go on back and forth. You have to understand what you're fighting against. You have to understand your opponent. And so, retreat. Take a moment. Think about this. Consult with the Spirit. Receive the wisdom that you need. Animals, you see that's actually Christ. Animals. For the animals, quite a few different things. This card is really saying quite a few different things, because this is going to reach a few different people in many different ways. A lot of you guys have been thinking about getting animals, pets. If you are hearing that, dreaming it, feeling it, please go ahead and do that, because animals are highly spiritual creatures. Highly spiritual creatures. They see things that you cannot see. They feel things that you cannot feel. And so, if you're feeling like getting one, get one. Also, I'm saying some of you guys need to be paying attention to animals that you may be coming in contact with. Birds, dogs, cats at certain hours. Because animals are spiritual beings. And you might be receiving a sign. So if you are seeing a particular animal in patterns, you can be driving down the same block for a while, or whatever it may be. If you're seeing a particular bird when you're at a certain place, if you're seeing a particular animal when you're driving down the street, pay attention to that. Go back home, Google it, discover what is the symbolization, what does this animal symbolizes. Lastly, you guys need to try to identify. You can even find this information out online if you so choose, but everyone is connected to a spiritual animal. A lot of times that is most of the time, it's the animal in which our uh, zodiac signs are associated to. But discover what your spiritual animal is and see how that the characteristics or the spiritual connection plays a role in your life and how you can apply certain key essentials of that information to your life. But I really want to kind of focus on the move and the retreat, this transition, being brave. Don't second guess yourself. Don't question the spirit. Don't doubt the spirit, but yet trust the spirit. If the spirit is truly flowing, if it's really flowing with you, through you, around you, don't doubt it, but trust it. Move forward. Make the transition. Close the doors that need to be closed so that even greater ones can open for you. And with that, I do share that if you guys are looking for one-on-one sessions for card readings, or you just want to have a conversation and see what's up. If you want to inquire more about what it is that I do on a one-on-one basis, or even in a group setting, please inbox me, call me, and I'll leave you guys in Alafia, Alafia, Alafia. Peace be with you all. Peace and love. Namaste.